Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting right into something fundamental, economies. Basically, how societies work out, what to make, how to make it, and who gets this stuff.
Yeah, that's the core idea.
So that's our focus today.
Yeah.
Really understanding that basic concept.
Exactly. And we've got a core definition and a pretty good example to help us unpack it all.
Okay.
The idea is to give you, the listener, a really clear handle on what an economy actually is.
All right, let's do it. So the definition we have is a system set up to determine what to produce, how to produce, and to whom production will be distributed. Simple enough on the surface, maybe?
Oh, it sounds simple.
Let's break it down. That first bit, what to produce. How does that even happen? How do societies decide?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? It's this constant balancing act. Societies have to figure out essentials, survival stuff, versus what people just want.
Right, desires.
Think about, any store you walk into, the sheer variety, food, clothes, houses, sure, but also the latest phone streaming services.
Everything, yeah.
It all comes from countless decisions about what's worth producing.
Okay, so that's the what. Then it's how to produce. This feels more like the practical side. Methods, resources.
Precisely. The nuts and bolts. Do you use more machines or more people? What technology do you have? What raw materials can you actually get your hands on?
Uh-huh.
These choices about how are huge. They affect efficiency, jobs, everything.
Right. So the process matters a lot. Okay, and the final piece, to whom production will be distributed. Who gets the goods and services in the end?
Exactly. And this is where things like, how much people earn, prices in the shops, how things get delivered.
Yeah.
It all comes into play.
Distribution networks and all that.
Yeah. It basically determines who can access what's been made. Think about healthcare, for example. Different societies have very different ways of making sure people can get it.
Got it. So what, how, and to whom? Those are the big three questions.
In any economy, yeah.
Now, the source gives us this example. The U.S. economy operates as a mixed economy where private companies like Apple coexist with public services.
Yeah.
So what's a mixed economy?
Good question. So mixed basically means it's a blend. It's not just one system.
Okay.
In the U.S., you've got private companies, right? Like Apple. They're generally trying to make a profit, but they exist alongside the public sector, government providing services.
So Apple is figuring out what new iPhone to make.
Right.
How to build it, maybe overseas, maybe here.
Considering costs and tech.
And then who gets it? Well, whatever buys it.
Exactly. Their decisions are mostly driven by what they think consumers want and, staying ahead, making money. Yeah. Market forces, basically.
Okay. And the other side of mixed is public services. What does that cover in the U.S.?
Think about things we often take for granted. Roads, maybe schools, police, the military, maybe some utilities, the things the government usually provides.
Funded by taxes.
Generally, yes. Funded through taxes. And the idea is they serve, everyone, the public good.
Okay, so hang on. Apple deciding, let's make a new watch. Sure. And the government deciding, let's build a new highway. They're both answering those same basic questions. What, how, and for whom?
That's a really good way to put it, yeah. They're using different mechanisms, different motivations, profit versus public need, perhaps, but they are addressing those same fundamental economic problems.
And it's that mix, that combination of Apple and the highway department that makes the U.S. economy mixed.
Precisely. And that balance between private and public, it shifts over time. It's dynamic.
So wrapping up then, the big takeaway is an economy is just this core system. Every society has one. For managing what gets made and who gets it.
That's the heart of it. Resource allocation and distribution.
And the U.S. example, the mixed economy one, just shows one way this plays out in the real world. Private companies, public services working side by side, sometimes overlapping.
Exactly. It grounds that definition in something concrete. It shows those questions being answered in practice.
Okay. So maybe something for you, the listener, to think about after this. We looked at the U.S. mix. But how do other countries handle these big questions? What to make, how, for whom?
Mm-hmm.
What might be the pros and cons of their approaches compared to the model we just discussed? Definitely something interesting to chew on.
For sure. Lots of different ways societies organize themselves.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive.